Good morning, students. Now, today we are starting with revision of mathematics of class 12th. Now, we have finished the syllabus. It is time for us now to revise and what can be best to do sample papers of CBSE and other sample papers which are available to us in the market. Some online sample papers are free also, and on internet you can find a lot of free sample papers available with you. So let us go ahead and do some revision work, doing some sample papers. The question paper is of 3 marks and the maximum marks is 80. It is having two parts, A and B. Part A is of 24 marks and part B of 56 marks. Part A has two sections, section 1 and section 2. Part B has three sections, section 3, section 4 and section 5. So I will be telling you how many marks each part section is going to hold. So let us start with Section 1. Section 1 has 16 questions, each of carrying 1 marks each. Now we will go ahead with the sample papers and the solution, and we'll discuss what the sample paper is telling us. Question number 1 is find the number of non-reflexive relations defined on a set with 3 elements. Find the number of non-reflexive relations defined on a set with 3 elements. Now we can see the solution is also given to us, and as per the solution we are moving to the solution is the number of reflexive relations. Non-reflexive relations defined on the set is given by this formula 2n square minus 2n into n minus 1. Since number of elements is 3, so we are putting n is equal to 3. It becomes 2 to the power 3 to the power 2 minus 2 to the power 3, 3 minus 1. It becomes 2 to the power 9 minus 2 to the power 6. 2 to the power 9 minus 2 to the power 6 is 2 to the power 6 common. 2 to the power 6 common is 2 to the power 3 minus 1. 2 to the power 3 is 8 minus 1, 7. 64 into 7 is 448. Question number 2. Now let us go back to question number 2. On question number 2, what do we see? Section 1, question number 2. Let f is such that r goes to minus pi to 0 be defined as fx is equal to cot inverse x. Then find the value of f minus 1. We know that we will come back to the solution so that everyone can see also what we are about to say. We know that f minus 1 is cot inverse minus 1. What is f minus 1? It is cot inverse minus 1, and this is equal to cot inverse cot minus pi by 4. What is cot inverse cot minus pi by 4? This is minus 4 pi by 4. Note here the range is fx is equal to minus pi by 4 to 0, which is the other than principal value branch of cot inverse. Or part says sine inverse x is pi by 4. Then sine of sine inverse x is equal to sine pi by 5. So x is sine pi by 5. Sine pi by 5 can be written as pi by 2 cos pi by 2 minus pi by 5. Now cos inverse x is equal to cos inverse cos 3 pi by 10. So cos inverse x is equal to 3 pi by 10. We are going back to the question to explain you what was the question over here. the question was question number 2 or part. Sin inverse x is equal to pi by 5. X belongs to -1 to 1. Then find the value of cos inverse 1, cos inverse x. So how we have done this? You can see sin inverse x is pi by 5. So sine of sin inverse x is sin pi by 5. Then x is sin pi by 5. Then x can be written as cos pi by 2 minus pi by 5. Let us take the LCM. 5 pi minus 2 pi upon 10. That is cos inverse x is equal to cos inverse cos 3 pi by 10. That is cos inverse x is equal to 3 pi by 10. Third question is, let R be the relation defined on Q set of rational numbers as A is related to B implies and implied by modulus A minus B is less than equal to half. Then state the reason why R is not a transitive relation. R is a relation defined on Q, the set of rational numbers as A or B implies and implied by modulus A minus B less than equal to half. Then state the reason why R is not a transitive relation. Then the solution is third. A is 1, B is 2 by 3 and C is 1 by 4 by choice. Then note that modulus 1 minus 2 by 3 is less than equal to half. 1 by 3 less than equal to 1 by 2 and 2 by 3 minus 1 by 4 is less than equal to half. Take the LCM. 4 to the 8 minus 3 5 by 12 is less than equal to half are true. But 1 minus 1 by 4, that is 3 by 4. 4 minus 1, 3 by 4 is less than equal to half is false. So we can say A is related to B, B is related to C, but A is not related to C. Therefore, R is not a transitive relation. Then we have the next part or the option in this. Question number 3 or part says, discuss the surjectivity of f is such that z goes to z given as fx is equal to 3x plus 2. Now we are given fx is equal to 3x plus 2 and x belongs to z. We have to check whether this function is surjective or not. So let us come back to the solution aspect. Now we know that fx is equal to 3x plus 2. For every x belonging to z, f is such that z goes to z. Let y be an element of codomain z such that y is equal to fx is equal to 3x plus 2. Then x is equal to y minus 2 upon 3 does not belongs to z for every y belonging to z. When y is equal to 0 belongs to z, then x is equal to minus 2 by 3 does not belong to z. You can see y is 0 and x is equal to minus 2 by 3, which is not an integer. So y is equal to 0, which lies in the domain of z, does not have a pre-image in the domain z. Hence, f isn't a surjective function. Question number 4. Well, according to question number 4, we are given find the value of determinant A, determinant adjoint A if A is given so much -1 0 0 0 -1 0 0 0 -1. So what will be the value? Alright, then determinant of -1 0 0 0 -1 0 0 0 -1. You can see the determinant is going to come -1 -1 -1 into -1 is 1 -0 1 -0 into -1 is -1. So note that adjoint determinant of adjoint A is equal to determinant of A to the power n minus 1. Now the order of this is 3. So it should be determinant A, and to determinant adjoint A is determinant A to the power 3 minus 1, that is determinant A to the power 3. Determinant A, determinant adjoint A is -1 to the power 3, that is -1. This is the fourth question. Answer is -1. Fifth question. In order of ABC are 4 into 3, 5 into 4, 3 into 7 respectively. Then find the order of C dash, A dash into B dash. Question number 5. Now students, I am going to give you this sample paper in as PDF for you to do it yourself. As you can see that it is going to take a lot of time to explain it. So you can do it all by yourself. The solution are given to you. Order of A dash, B dash and C dash is 3 cross 4, 4 cross 5 and 7 cross 3 respectively. So the order of A dash, B dash is equal to 3 cross 5, that is 3 cross 5 cross 4 cross 5, that is 3 cross 5. Therefore order of C dash, A dash cross B dash will be 3 cross 5, 7 cross 3 cross 3 cross 5, that is equal to 7 cross 5. Then B part is of fifth question. The OR part is given. Write the sum of cofactors of element 13 and 1. You can see this determinant. We have to write down the cofactor of element 13 and element 1. In order to find out the cofactor of 13 and 1, for 13 we have to leave the row and column having 13. In case of 1, we have to leave the row and column of element 1. We also know this very well, and we have done it very much in the syllabus of first term also, how to find out the cofactors of the given elements. So here it is, cofactor of 13, leave the row and column, it becomes 10 into 2 minus 9 into 2, that is equal to 20 minus 18 2. And that of 1, you can see, leave the row and column of having 1. So we are getting 10 into 24 and 19 into 9. 10 into 24 is 240 and minus 19 into 9 is 171. But since it is coming at the sixth place, so it will be plus minus plus minus plus minus. So 1 will be, for the cofactor will have minus bracket 240 minus 171. 240 minus 171 is 69. With minus sign, it is minus 69. Students, I am giving you this sample paper as PDF and explained few questions. I know not many questions can be explained in videos. So I am sending you this complete sample paper. You go through this sample papers, practice well. Best of luck. All the best for the winter vacation and all the best for the pre-board examination. Thank you very much.